Good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast Club. This is Joe Shoup with our manager, administrator, Shirley Pitts. Good morning, Shirley.
Good morning, Joe.
Everyone. Good morning, everyone. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah. We're excited to be here today. We are waiting for our leader. So I put a few, he got delayed somewhere, so I don't know if he's got bad reception or whatever, but either way, we're going to improvise a little bit as we get going. So how's everybody doing? Chat in the box there. Ready for the holidays. This will be the last Breakfast Club of the year. So we will not be here we will not be here next Tuesday. We'll take that week off.
Year.
Pardon me?
We'll be here next year.
We'll be here next year. That's correct. We will be here next year. Perfect. And at that point, we have a few surprises. So I'll make this announcement as we move along here. We will have Jeff Hoffman on in the beginning of the year. We'll want to get geared up for that. Number two is I don't know that I'm probably am, but we have an event coming up in January, which will let Peter explain to you, but that is very exciting. Something I would imagine some people know, but I believe I'm going to go to the event in California. I'm going to try to make that. And so we'll let Peter give you the details or someone, but that really should be exciting. It is not a Cooler Brands event. It is just an event that we will be attending. Peter will be speaking. Jeff Hoffman will be speaking, and some very interesting guests that will be involved, let's say, with Cooler Brands. Some very well-known people that all of you will know, especially sports people. So, all right, well, let's talk about, because one of the things that I wanted to bring up today and was going to talk to Peter about is why is it that we do need change? What happened to the industry? I've said this for a long time. I teach this in a communication class, and it's a networking communication class, meaning learning how to communicate, how to speak with people when you're trying to find an interested party. And that's really what you should be doing, is just looking for it. Let me preface that with, if you want to build a team of people, if that's what your desire is, and you haven't been successful doing that over the years, then obviously it's time to change something. Something's wrong. It's not the industry per se that causes you to communicate your message in a way that doesn't find the interested parties. Yes, the industry has troubles, comp plans. It has leadership problems. But the truth is, to learn to communicate, and those who have taken the class, I know, Shirley, you can open up your mic a minute and you can talk about that. But yesterday, let me give you a little back history over the last, let's say, 6 to 8 weeks. One of the top recruiters in the company is Roland Roberts, who is one of our people in our group. And I know he's in the community, a community member, but he happens to be in our group over here. And Roland spent that month in that contest, really pounding the phones and speaking with people. And he's a very educated man. What he didn't do is take that communication class, Shirley, but all his people did. We brought the people in and they took the class. And I think Roland may have decided that, he was going to take it later, and it was probably the same old class, or, that most people have been used to over the years. And so yesterday he called me, he said, now I need to take the class now. I have time. I've got a couple of hours. Can I take it now? So we did. And I got a phone call while I was at a meeting and a lunch with Peter and two other people who have come in from Las Vegas. And we sat and had lunch. And during that time, Shirley, Roland called me.
Okay.
And he was so excited. He had just finished the class. He needed the notes that you get after the class. And he was just so excited about this. He said, I should have taken this class, and I cannot believe it. I'm calling all my people now, the rest of them. I'm making sure they're here, getting to get in this class, because it does teach them the skills, gives them the skills, or it gives it to them. It gives them the information to attain those skills. And I was thrilled that he had that reaction. Most people do, but it was great that it was Roland, who's very educated. He's a successful businessman, owns real estate, apartments, is in other companies, focuses on cooler brands, and builds here. And what's that?
I said that's good.
And so he has somebody who has a group in Jamaica for MobiCard. So that is all growing for him. But now he said to me, "Oh my gosh, my people are all going to be in this class." So so the point of that is that most people have no clue what techniques are in this communication process, and what the techniques are. Not only do they not know that there are techniques, but they don't know what the techniques are. And it's critical to be able to speak to someone and understand how to move them along properly and not get caught up in dialogue that really results in no result.
Yeah.
And then a saying, I guess I said in the class, I don't know, that is, you can't control your results. You can only control your activity. That's what you can control. You have no control over the result at the end, but if you control the activity, the language, use the techniques, and they're not techniques, trickery techniques, they're techniques to move people along. And I believe that everybody has to learn that. So I'll let you comment on that particular. I know you've been through the class a couple of times, so I want you to communicate that.
Well, it has helped me a lot, and I have to get a hold of my lady that has a hearing problem, but she wanted to wait until after Christmas, so I'm going to give her a call pretty soon and see if she wants to take the class.
What do you think that the biggest change is for you with regards to talking to people now?
Well, I feel better about talking to people. I'm not as afraid to speak out. I'm just not an outgoing person, and it's hard for me to talk to strangers. It's easier to talk to them if I don't see them or if I don't know them.
Yeah.
But it's just hard for me to talk to people.
So since you've taken the class, learned some techniques and language and so on, has it become any easier?
Oh yeah, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier.
Okay. Very good. All right. Well, we'll jump to again, the conclusion that we've come to many years ago is that people need to learn the techniques, learn communication, and that's, for me, that's when someone joins our team, it's the first thing we want them to do is to learn these skills.
Yeah, it will help you not be so afraid.
Yeah. And most people are afraid because they don't want, they're afraid they're going to get questions that they can't answer and don't sound professional, and they wing it. As you know, you don't wing phone calls anymore. You have a process that you go through. You have techniques that you use to move them along. You know what you want to do when you get on the call, and you're not trying to convince people. But I was on a call recently and with a bunch of people, and people were asked to speak about their experience in network marketing, and some of them had been 20 years and 10 years and so on and most of them said, I have not had success. Some of those people actually had taken the class recently, so certainly are going to be learning those skills. But most of the people have said, I haven't had any success. And it's mind-boggling to me to hear somebody, a 20-year veteran, say in 20 years, I've never had success, and yet they're here. I'm getting a message from Jan, so let me see if he's talked to Peter.
Okay. I called, but I didn't get any. I just got the voicemail. But
No,
I
he's
still-
not here.
I still use the notes from the class because I'm still not confident enough to go without the notes, but at least with the notes, I can use that and, you know, and not be so afraid and have more
Right.
confidence.
Absolutely. Well, look, I mean, most people, you know, when they know they have to make some phone calls, they get a little nervous, you know, and I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not excluded from that. I mean, there's times when I don't want to make that phone call, and you know, I'm confident in everything I'm going to say, and you know, I put notes up and around. You know, I try to create more questions and come up with the answers that make sense, because that's what the class is about. It's about terminology and then the perception,
Mhm.
and it has to make sense. The terminology that you use creates the perception,
Yeah.
perception to that prospect, and it better make sense to them.
Mhm.
So there's just lots of questions that come up that people need to be certainly perfect the answers, and learn that once the answer is given, they move them towards their objective, which is get them more information
Yeah.
or move over to a three-way, a director.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's mind-boggling to me, this industry. The first thing is that, you know, most people are not successful in the industry. That's
Right.
a reason it has to change, and we know that's true. And then the second part is the communication, and the third part is the compensation plan. Normally, it doesn't work for most people because they have to do so much work. So much work on this side and that side of their groups, and so many people to get their check and so on. And that's the thing, the genius behind what has happened here at Kula Brands is that Peter figured out that without recruiting or selling, people could still participate, not have to make phone calls, and yet still receive a check. Now, you have to do something. It's not like you're going to get something for nothing. And so he created a process whereby a community member could receive royalties. And royalties are what people get paid when they invent things, write books, movies, and so on. They do something one time and they're paid forever.
Mhm.
And so Peter figured out how we could all participate in that. And for the people that are new on the call, I am assuming we have some new people that really don't know all that. And so what he did was he was able to connect with inventors, and those inventors agreed that if we could get them funded, and that doesn't mean just the members here, because if you're familiar with crowdfunding sites, people go to things like Indiegogo and Kickstarter, and those people put their projects up and see who is interested in helping them get it off the ground. In our case, we take it to our community first before going to Kickstarter, and we see if we have the interest here, and could we raise that money through our community. We don't have to pay for anything. We just go in and make a vote, basically a promise to purchase if we do get to Kickstarter. And at that point, we get the Kickstarter, and then a pledge is made to fund that project. If the project reaches its goal, then we do participate and actually pre-buy the product. That gets the inventor off the ground. And we know very early, by having a community of people who basically pre-pledge, that gets that project to Kickstarter. And we know now that we will be able to fund this. So what happens when the Kickstarter organization sees that, and the people in Kickstarter who have purchased before, there's 2 million people who have purchased a couple of times. So they have lots and lots of members at Kickstarter who see it, and then we get exposed to those people, and they actually go in and pre-purchase the product.
Mhm.
So that was the genius behind it, and the difference between just going to Kickstarter is that the members in our community, because they are help funding it, have an agreement with the inventors to get a piece of the royalty, receive points, and then receive royalties for the lifetime of the product. So it was ingenious, really.
Mhm.
Shirley, I have to check my message. Jan just messaged me regarding Peter. So let me just check that out and see what this is.
Okay.
Oh my. And I have to answer this and say no. Jeff Hoffman was trying to be here today. So for some reason, I don't know what happened. No. Okay, so let me just type no in here or speak no into here. No. Anyway, apparently Jeff Hoffman was going to be here. I don't know what that's about, but I don't have a message from him. Let's see if we have any questions in here, and we'll keep this short today, and we'll bring Peter back. Maybe we'll have, maybe we will come back next week. And I don't know what happened today. Peter is delayed here somewhere, and I'm sure he has, he's probably out of range or something.
Yeah. Kenneth wants to know if it's Southern Cal or Northern Cal.
I don't know the
Probably
answer to that. Probably Southern. Probably Southern.
Okay. How is that MobiCard doing on Indiegogo? Do you have that information?
I don't have those numbers. I don't have those numbers. I myself am continuing to educate myself with it. I don't know what the numbers are, but I think we can see that at Indiegogo. I'm not sure. That's a question for Peter or Doug.
I just thought I'd throw it out there.
Or Rob. Well, I apologize for the mix-up today. I don't know where we are with that, but we will find out. Hope Peter's okay. I know that his mom is, for those of you that don't know that, his mom is experiencing some personal health issues and need to keep her in your prayers. So anyway, I think what we'll do, Shirley, do we have any questions over here?
No, but Colleen was commenting on the disabling of the chat room last week. We got it figured out.
Yeah, we figured it out. It was just a little technical difficulty with the platform. So obviously, there's just those who let us know that. Thank you. We got it fixed. That's the first thing we did today, is make sure that was fixed.
Oh, and
So-
Robin, Michael says they need 20 plus pledges. Must
Need
be
what?
on MobiCard,
Oh,
and they're $3,000 short of the 25K that they're looking for.
Here's another issue that I want to bring up. I'm glad that we're able to do this, but ago I had a meeting with Peter, and I communicate with my group with emails, mostly create emails with holiday wishes and so on, and communicate with them. And I suggested that we somehow do that throughout the community on a more regular basis. Peter and I sat at lunch about 2 weeks ago, and Peter said, why don't we just do it in a newsletter? And I said, that would be great. So at this stage, myself and Vicki Terry are creating a newsletter, a Kula Brands newsletter, and we're working on it. We'll have it in the new year. Certainly won't be immediately, but it'll be in the new year. We've picked out templates. We have content that we want to add. So if you have any suggestions, I know Jan threw that out there, but Vicki and I will be editing this and doing the articles and so on. So if you have any suggestions, you can send them to Jan. You can send them to me. My address is on the emails that go out. So anybody on the call, you should have gotten an email from me, and send those suggestions so that we can consider topics. And there are a number of things we've picked out. We're going to have a message from the founder and founders. We're going to have spotlights for people. Those that are progressing, we'll spotlight them, tell you what they're doing, how they're doing it. We'll have Jeff Hoffman in the newsletter. But Vicki and I are working on a regular basis to put this together, and it doesn't take overnight. It'll be ready. I don't know what happened here. I got this. Can you see that message on my screen?
No, I just heard the noise.
Yeah, something jumped on my screen too. So any suggestions towards topics? You might want to do some research on newsletters to see what topics show up on other newsletters. And if it's something that we have not discovered or we have not implemented, you might want to make some suggestions. So once again, you could send them directly to me, and jpshoop@earthlink.net, and I'll be able to see those immediately. And like I said, Vicki and I are working diligently to put this together, and we will be probably having a newsletter every couple of weeks, and it will be able to be sent out and probably used as some type of influencing. So we'll see. We're working on it. Just want you to know we're working on it. I'm excited about it. Good thing, Shirley, about Peter Gantner is, you have suggestions. He listens, he considers, he has ideas, and he recognizes that the abilities of others. He recognizes the suggestions are legitimate, and decides, makes a decision on whether that's the direction we want to go. So fortunately, we're going to have a nice newsletter. It'll be ready next year, 2017. And we're excited about that. So send those emails to us. I see some things here. Okay, that was Deborah putting that in there. That's fine. Very good. Okay, so are there any questions in the box that we need to answer before we go? I see people typing in as well, but I don't see any questions. Colleen, why don't you type in there and tell us your experience with the communication class? Colleen, no email from you, Joe, about suggestions for newsletter. I did see something. Yeah, I didn't send one out for that. That is correct. This is the first time I'm mentioning it. Jan
had it on Facebook.
Yeah, he had it on Facebook, but I have not sent an email out, nor will I send an email out regarding that. So just you might want to pass that along, send them to me, and that'll be great. So Colleen, why don't you, I don't know if Colleen and Dawn, I don't know if Dawn's on here. I didn't see her type anything in yet, but Dawn recently took this class and is very, very excited about it. I know that, and we'll be working with her. Hey, here's the beauty of this company. Neither one of those people were influenced by me or anyone in my group. They're outside of our particular group, and I'm able to work with them because, and I always did anyway, worked with people outside of my group to help people, but still it's exciting that I can work outside the group, and there's a reward for me doing that, because by other people's success in the company, it actually increases the point value for our royalties. Colleen says I did post. I didn't see that. She make a comment somewhere? I don't know.
Well, before that, she said that anyone that wants to build Cooler Brands needs to take your class.
Ah. Gotcha. Okay, that's what she did. Yeah, Colleen was pretty excited about the class and so on. So anyway, we're working together, you know, and they're not, these are people that were influenced by others, and that's fine. If people need help, that's what we do.
That's right.
So reach out to people. All right, so I'm just going to check this one more time and see what Jan said. And all right, I'll have to contact him later about this. So anyway, let's just say this. Merry Christmas to everyone. Have a great holiday. It looks like we will be back next week. We'll talk to Peter and Jeff Hoffman, and maybe we can get both of them on next week and have a discussion on the future, what's going on. I can tell you this, there is something big coming in January, and Peter I'm sure he's going to discuss that tomorrow night and Thursday night and let you know what that is. So I don't want to, you know, break any of that news if he hasn't done that already. And it's going to be exciting. And it's the first time I've really said, hey, I'm going over there. And you'll see why when he tells you. So might want to consider that. Anyway,
Okay,
Shirley, yep.
So you are having a breakfast club next week before the holiday?
I will send a notice out, again, an email like I did this morning at 4 a.m. and send that out and see if I need to talk to Peter first. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Make sure that he's
We may
available.
see you again this year, and we may not.
I'm pretty sure we're going to be there. I just have to, again, I have to confirm with Peter. If Peter's not going to be on, Peter wanted to be here to wish everybody a happy holiday through the Breakfast Club. Of course, he'll do that tomorrow, and Merry Christmas. So we'll just try to get him on for a short time next week. And hey, if I know they've communicated with Jeff, and if Jeff can make it, that would be a great surprise for us to come in and have those two talk about the future of Cooler Brands in 2017. So with that said, you're welcome, Colleen. No problem. Sometimes these things happen, and we just hope Peter's okay. And we will look forward to seeing you. If you need any help, reach out to us, send an email, put a chat in, something, and we'll be glad to help. So with that, Shirley, thanks for being here as always and helping with the Breakfast Club. It's perfect.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, Joe.
Yeah, and Merry Christmas to you, and I'll see you Christmas Eve for sure.
That's right. Got to get in on that oyster stew.
Aha! I can't wait. All right, so thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks for all the things that you do here. And if you really want to learn how to build and participate in building and helping Cooler Brands become a great company and changing the industry, because I know we're changing the face of this industry with what I explained today on, you can just be paid by helping those inventors. So with that, have a great day, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah. Happy holidays. I hope I didn't forget anything.
Don't forget Kwanzaa.
Right. Okay. Well, you didn't. There we go.
Happy Kwanzaa.
All right. So
Merry Christmas.
We'll
Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas. We'll see you next week, probably at the Breakfast Club. Thank you.
Okay. See ya.